like this before, or was this kind of your first time jumping into this?
This was my first animated feature.
Okay.
I don't remember if I directed anything before that. I've been in the industry for about 10 years.
Okay.
By the time I directed Hush, I had been at Warner Feature for about 3 years.
Okay.
But for the direct-to-video films, I was the head of story starting with Gotham by Gaslight.
Okay,
So
nice.
I worked my way up, told Sam Liu, he's the director, one of my mentors.
Yeah, nice.
I was like, man, I really want to direct, so he put me through a boot camp,
Nice.
kicked the crap out of me, and I was his head of story for a few years. So a lot of this wasn't really new to me.
Okay.
So.
So follow-up question is, was there any challenges in what were the challenges in just bringing this from page to screen for you?
Well, one of the things that was awesome is by the time I got the script, James had worked out a lot of stuff, but the script is really strong.
Nice.
So I was excited. I was like, yes, I ran right to Sam Liu's office and teased him a little bit because normally the scripts are really hard and you have to rework them. And I didn't have to do a lot of reworking on this one, so I was like, thanks, buddy. But the challenge for this is such an iconic comic book. Everybody has read the story, so it's like, how in the world are we going to do this in a way that surprises, our audience? But then also, how do we make it fit into our DC universe? Because our movies kind of follow a universe. So it's like, how in the world are we going to make this fit, But those challenges were worked out within the script, and it was a blast. It was a lot of fun.
Nice. Thank you very much.
One of the most iconic images from the comic is Batman kissing Catwoman.
Yeah.
Under that huge view. Saw a clip from the trailer or the behind the video. Since it's a vertical page, how to translate that from horizontal screen. You do something interesting. We talked about more making the comic adapted to a film.
Yeah, well, you try to, for me as a director, I know the book very intimately because I really liked it. It came out during a time when I was trying to break into comic books as an artist. But you don't want to get trapped in trying to make it shot for shot, just like a comic book. The composition should follow the narrative. What's Batman feeling, what's Selina feeling at this point. So for that shot, that scene was bordered by Jake Castorena, who is one of our sword artists. He's directed a bunch of stuff here. He nailed it. I felt like he nailed what that shot should feel like, and then he matched the cut. You'll see it when you see the film. He matched the cut with the next scene. I thought it was great. So yeah, we weren't trying to exactly match. I mean, it is a very iconic shot. I think I remember trying to make sure that they were on the correct sides of each other. But then at a certain point, you don't care. Does it work? Does it work narratively? But yeah, we needed that shot. That's an iconic shot from the comic. But at a certain point, does it tell the story? And I think that's what's most important.
So did you consciously just try to make this its own thing rather than try to mirror the comic book?
I think to say that I consciously did it would be almost saying that I didn't want it to look like the book when we did. But we weren't flipping through the pages or nothing like that. I think that you want to work the drama out, So when when Batman and Selina are talking, what's going on, and what's the best way to shoot that so that the audience can get a sense of that drama. So in that sense, you're just going by the script, If it happens to match the comic, that's great, kudos, But if it doesn't, as long as it's telling the story. So
you don't get crazy with this love story like in Killing Joke, like with Batman and Batgirl, do you?
Oh boy.
Yes, we do now. I don't know how that was so crazy. That was my first film that I storyboarded on. And let's see what happened with that. No, I think that one of the cool things about this story is Batman's humanity. You blur the line between what makes him Batman. Where does Batman end and Bruce Wayne begin? A lot of times, that's super fuzzy, and I think the more fuzzy that line is, the more dramatic the story begins. So I like the Killing Joke stuff. Sorry, maybe I'm biased. Maybe I'm biased, but we're trying to give him something to fight for, you know. So, but in that sense, I think it's a little different. So, sweet. Thanks, guys.
Just taps out. I bring you Sean Marr.